Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we'll be doing a slow and gentle Hatha Yoga flow. So you will want to have a yoga mat today, no chairs. And you may also want to have a pillow handy and maybe a blanket to put under your knees if you have sensitivity. Begin seated on your mat in a comfortable cross-legged position. Rest your hands on your knees and ground down through the sitting bones. And sit up tall, reaching up through the crown of the head. Either close your eyes or soften your gaze, looking gently towards the floor. Inhale deeply and exhale out through the nose, just observing the natural flow of breath here. And just one more breath. Open the eyes and bring the left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind you, moving into a twist. Gaze over your right shoulder as you breathe deeply into the lungs. The twist can be any amount. Don't try to strain or push yourself into a deeper twist. Just really listening to your body and only going as deep into the twist as feels comfortable. As you inhale, try to sit up a little bit taller, reaching the spine up. And as you exhale, maybe softening a little further into the twist. Again, not pushing or forcing anything, just allowing your body to move as you breathe. One more breath here. And exhale, release your arms back to center, and we'll repeat on the opposite side. So the right hand comes to left knee, left hand goes behind you, and gaze over your left shoulder. When you inhale, fill your lungs up with as much air as you can, really breathing deeply into the twist, and exhale, softening. Allow your breath to carry you through 3 more cycles. Inhaling, spine straight, reaching up, and exhaling, softening a little deeper into the twist. On your next exhale, release the arms facing forwards again, coming out of your twist. Now lean forward, placing the hands on the mat and coming onto your hands and knees. We're going to move into tabletop position, so make sure that your knees are under the hips and hands are under the shoulders. Inhale and tilt your tailbone up, belly comes towards the ground and chin lifts up towards the ceiling. Exhale and push into the mat, arching your back the opposite way, chin coming towards the chest. Inhale, chin comes up, belly dips down. Exhale, push into the mat, arching your back like an angry cat. This is cat and cow pose, and we'll do a few more. So inhale, let your shoulder blades slide down your back. Exhale, push, core engaged, head hanging down. Inhale, belly comes towards the ground, chin comes up. And exhale, arching your back, pushing into the mat. Inhale and allow the belly to hang as it fills up with air, and your chin comes up. And exhale, engaging the core all the way down, chin towards chest. Now do 2 more in time with your own breath. After your next exhale, release back into a neutral tabletop position. Bring your toes close together behind you, and then sit back onto your heels, reach your arms out in front of you, and bring your forehead as close to the mat as you can. This is called child's pose. And if the mat seems really far away from your face, you can always bring a pillow and place it underneath your head so that you can rest comfortably in this position. Another option for the arms here is to bring them back so that your hands lay with the backs of the hands on the mat near your feet. This is a resting pose, and if at any time in this class anything feels like too much, you can just return to this position. Take 2 more deep breaths here, really filling the belly up with air. On your next inhale, slowly come out of the pose by bringing your hands above your shoulders and pushing into the mat. And then come forward back into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes underneath so that they can push into the mat along with your hands, lifting your hips up towards the sky. Really ground down through the feet, reaching the heels towards the ground, and you can keep a bend in the knees as well. And just let your neck hang and take a few deep breaths in this downward dog pose. You can pedal out your feet so that the heels can reach towards the ground. On your next inhale, step your feet forward to meet your hands, and then exhale, melting your body towards your legs into a forward fold. Keep your knees slightly bent and relax your head and neck. Now inhale, rising up halfway with your hands on your shins, and then exhale, fold forward again. Now plant your hands in front of you under your shoulders, step your feet back into a plank, lower the knees to the ground, and then with your hands under your shoulders, slowly lower your body down to the mat. Untuck your toes so your feet lay flat on the ground, about hip-width distance apart. Plant your hands under your shoulders and push into the mat, engaging your glutes, lifting your head up, and pressing your shoulder blades together. You may even want to roll them back so they're a little further down your back. Inhale deeply into this baby cobra pose. Exhale, lower, tuck your toes, and then push, engaging your core, lifting your hips back up into downward dog. Take a couple deep breaths here, relaxing your neck, reaching your heels towards the earth. Now step forwards so that the feet come to meet the hands. Fold into your legs. And inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold forward again, letting the neck hang. Inhale and slowly roll up through the spine. And now we'll move into mountain pose. So ground down through the feet, roll your shoulders back, core engaged, reaching up through the crown of the head. Imagine that there's a string on the top of your head pulling upwards, aligning your spine. One more breath. Now inhale, reach your arms in front of you parallel to the ground, bring your feet close together, and sit back as if you're sitting down in a chair for chair pose. You can also lift your arms up for a little more of an active pose, or you can keep them straight in front of you parallel to the ground. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Core really, really strong, facing forward. Really pressing the knees towards each other. And exhale, come into a forward fold. Keep the knees partially bent and take 2 more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, allow your body to come back up halfway. And then bring your hands to your right ankle or shin for a tiny little twist. And to deepen this, you can lift your right arm up towards the sky and gazing at your raised fingertips. You can also ground down into the mat with the left hand. Just once again, not straining or pushing the twist, just really grounding with your fingers for stability. Exhale and release the arm back to the ground, coming into a forward fold. And then inhale, come up halfway, repeat on the other side. So hands come to the left leg, left arm reaches up towards the sky, gazing at those raised fingertips. And then your right arm can come down to the ground, just placing the fingertips on the mat to ground yourself into the twist. If you can, try to stack the shoulders so that they're one on top of the other. Keep your legs strong, your hips square, so that the knees are in line with each other. And take one more breath here. Exhale, coming back to center. Place your hands on the mat as you come onto your hands and knees. Bring your toes together behind you and bring your knees apart so that they're about the same distance as your mat. And then lower your forehead towards the ground. Again, it might be easier to use a pillow so that you're bringing the mat up towards your forehead. And it'll just allow you to relax a bit more deeply into this pose. This is a variation of child's pose, wide-legged child's pose. So you can also do that other option with your arms by placing them close to your feet if you'd like. Or you can stay like this with your arms reaching out in front of you. 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, push into your hands, slowly coming back up to kneeling, and then lean to the side, swinging your legs in front of you, coming into a seated position. Scooch forward on your mat a bit so you have room to lay down, and holding the backs of your thighs, slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae until you're laying on the mat with your knees bent, feet planted into the mat. With your feet together, let your legs fall open into reclined bound angle position. Relax your arms with palms facing upwards and take a few deep breaths in this pose. The feet can be any distance away from your hips, just as long as you're feeling a nice gentle stretch in the inner thigh. You can close your eyes here and just begin to observe your natural breath. Feeling your belly and lungs fill up with air, and then feeling your entire torso deflate as you exhale. And just a couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, guide your knees back upright and together with your legs. And then bring your knees towards your chest, wrapping your arms around the front of your legs and hugging the knees towards your chest. You may want to rock back and forth here, gently massaging your lower back, or you can find stillness in this pose, breathing deeply into the belly. Take one more deep breath here into the belly, and on your exhale, release the legs back down so that your feet come flat on the mat. Extend your legs out, and we'll come into the final resting pose, Shavasana or corpse pose. Arms at your sides, palms facing up. Take a second here to create more space in the back of the neck by tucking your chin for a moment towards your chest and then relaxing your head back onto the mat. You can stay in this final resting pose for as long as you'd like, just tuning in to the flow of your breath. Anytime you find yourself distracted by thoughts or disturbances around you, bring your attention back to your breath. When you're ready to come out of the pose, wiggle your fingers and toes to bring some movement back into your body. Slowly roll over onto your right side and push back up into a seated position. Sitting comfortably cross-legged on your mat, inhale and reach your arms up overhead, palms come together, and then exhale, palms to heart center, folding forward over your legs, and inhaling back up. Thanks for joining. Namaste.